Welcome back, students. Today we will continue with the chapter 2. In the last session we have discussed about taskbar, its sections, how can you customize the taskbar, how to place the taskbar in the different areas of your desktop, how icons are placed. I hope you remember. Let me give you a quick recap. Taskbar appears at the bottom of the desktop. It is a horizontal bar. The taskbar is divided into 3 sections. Start button at the left side, notification area at the right side, and the middle part of the taskbar is known as quick launch bar. Now, how to customize the taskbar? You have to right click on the taskbar. One shortcut menu will come. From there you have to choose properties. When you click properties, you will get the taskbar customization windows. From there you will see different options how to customize. For example, you can lock the taskbar. You can use auto hide options for the taskbar. If you check means if you tick on that checkbox, your taskbar will be hiding whenever your mouse pointer is not placed on the taskbar. Next is how icons are placed on the taskbar. That options is also there. Options are also there. These things you can do. What we have done in the last session. So today we will start with icons. You see, these are the small pictures what you can see on the screen. These are called icons. So what are icons? Icons are the small pictures of the programs stored into the computer. Each icon, like this one, each icon represents a file or a folder or a program stored in the computer. So what is icon? One icon is a picture, an image for a file or a folder or a program stored in the computer. So all the small pictures what you can see, these are known as icons. So what is written in your book? Let's see. So icons are small pictures that represent files, folders and programs. So these are the examples. So these are the examples of icons. Okay, small pictures for the program. Now let's learn about some commonly used icons. Now computer icon. You know this icon is known as computer icon. Okay, if you click this icon, means if you double click, if you open this icon, what is the use? You can see the disk drives, the partition of your hard disk, other hardware devices if you have connected, for example printer, pen drive, then you can see that. So this is the use of computer icon. So let's see. You can see the available disk drives and contents. When you open your computer icon, this type of window you will see. This is the C drive, this is D drive, this is local disk E. These are the partitions of your hard disk, and this is the pen drive. I know picture is not very clear, but it is given in your book also, you can see. But let me make you understand. If you are opening the computer icon, this type of window will come where you can see the available disk drives of your computer. Means in how many parts your hard disk is divided, that you can see. This is the C drive, this is the main drive of your computer where operating system is stored. This is D drive, this is E drive. These are the 3 disk drives, 3 partitions of your hard disk, and this is the removable drives, means pen drive or any removable drive if you are attaching, it will be showing here. So this is the Windows icons, use of Windows icon. Now these are the different folders what you can see in this. Now applications icons. These are the graphical images. Can you see? These are the application icons for the programs. Application programs, you know, application software and system software. So these are the application softwares, application programs stored in your computer. Okay. So this type of icons are known as application icons, which gives you quick access to the program. Now shortcut icons. How can you identify this icon represents a program's icon or a shortcut? The identification mark is, you can see a jump arrow, small jump arrow at the bottom left corner of these icons. So when you see this type of jump arrow at the bottom left corner of any icon, that means that icon is the shortcut for that main program. Means program is stored somewhere else, but this is the shortcut for that program which is brought into your desktop. So these are the shortcut icons. A shortcut is an icon containing a direct route to a specific application, document or a folder. Okay, it has a small jump arrow on its lower left corner like this. Now documents icons. The active document windows, the active document window of an application can be minimized. Now what is the meaning of active document icons? Means if you are using any program, suppose you are typing a letter, so that typing a letter in MS Word. So MS Word's icon, MS Word's document icon will be placed on the taskbar, which will be little bit highlighting. So you can see that MS Word is activated right now. So that is the active document window. Okay, application can be minimized to a document. Okay, now let's see. So already we have discussed about this. Now network. What is the use of network? See, this type of, just like computer program, similar to that computer program, it will be written over there, network shortcut. So what is the use of network shortcut? Network program, it allows you to access the shared files or devices on different computers in a network. Or now next is recycle bin. What is the use of recycle bin? This is the recycle bin icon. You must have studied it in your previous classes. What is the use of recycle bin? Recycle bin is a program which used to store the deleted files. For example, if you are deleting any file or any folder or any program, if you are deleting, that deleted file goes to recycle bin. So recycle bin, you can say it is a dustbin of the computer. All the deleted files are stored in the recycle bin. Of course, you can delete from recycle bin also. So recycle bin is a folder that holds the deleted file. That is the use of recycle bin. Okay. Now next is, okay, these things already we have done. Recycle bin, it is showing the information about recycle bin. Now the customizing the desktop. How can you customize the desktop? Now, you can customize your desktop according to your choice. Let's see which are the steps given. For example, you can change the color scheme of your desktop. What you have to do? You have to right click over the blank area anywhere. You cannot right click over any icon. You have to right click on the blank area anywhere on the blank area of the desktop. Then this type of shortcut menu you will get. When you right click on the desktop, one shortcut menu will come. From there you have to choose personalize at the last option. Okay, personalize option. When you see personalize option, this type of window will come. Again I am telling you, this picture is not very clear, but you are used to, you can practice at home. I am telling you the steps. It is given in your book also. How can you customize? It is given on page number 17. You can see this is your book, page number 17. It is given. I am showing you. Right click on the blank area of the desktop, then click personalize option. If you want to change the screen's color, you have to you can do that. If you want to change the desktop background, you can do that by changing the desktop background option at the bottom. You can change the screensaver. So these things you can do. Now let's see how to change the Windows color option. So what you have to do, right click on the blank area of the desktop, go to personalize option. Sorry, from the personalize option, click on the Windows color option, which is located at the bottom of the Windows color option. I am trying to show you from the book. It is here. It is not showing. Windows color option, when you click, this type of window will come in front of you, from where you can choose the color, Windows color. Okay. So steps again I am telling you. Right click on the blank area of the desktop, then select the personalize option, then go to Windows color option located at the bottom of the window. Select any color what you like, then select enable transparency. The window glass borders, start menu and taskbar will become transparent. After that click OK. So you can see the color is changed according to you. Now let's see the next option what is showing in the book. Click on same things repeating here. Click on Windows color option, then select any color to change the color of Windows border. What I have just now explained, same thing is showing here. It is not very clear, so I have shown you from the book, so you can go through from your book what I am explaining over here, so you can practice. This window is for changing the color of the Windows screen. This is for mixing the color. If you want to make your own color by mixing the different colors, you can use this. When you will do it in your computer, you can see. You will be able to understand all these things. Okay. Now let's come to the next point, which is how to customize the date and time. How to change the date and time. You have to wait for some time. Let it finish. Then we will start how to change the date and time. For date and time is shown in the extreme right corner of this one taskbar, which is known as notification area. Date and time, I hope you have noticed that date and time is shown in the notification area of the taskbar at the right side. If you want to change the date and time, either you want to change the date or time, you have to click first on the date and time showing over there. Then changing date and setting date and time option will come. So now see, here you have to click. Then this change date and time setting option will come. First option, again I am telling you, you have to click at the right side on the notification area where you see the date and time is showing. When you click on the date and time, this change date and time windows will come. Okay, from this window you have to select the date by clicking. Okay, when you select the date, that date will be highlighted with a box. Similarly, you can change the time by giving the time given in the box, or you can type through keyboard, or by clicking the arrows you can increase or decrease the time, which is given on page number 18. I am trying to show you again. See this one. This is the change date and time dialog box. How it will come when you click on the date and time showing on the notification area of the taskbar. This window will come for changing date and time. You have to select the date according to you by clicking. Similarly, you can change the time by using this place, and finally you have to click on OK. Let's see which are the steps given in your book. Select the date and time setting option, then go to change the date and time. By default, the date and time tab is selected. It is not showing clearly. To change the date, what you have to do, you have to click change date and time option. Then from this dialog box, as I told you, you select the date by clicking on the date and click on OK. So these are the options to change the date and time. So we have already seen how to change date and time. Okay. To change hour, select an hour next box located below. Okay, but you can change the hours, minute or second. Similarly, you can do that. But I have just now explained. Just wait for next topic, which is coming in front of you now. Now setting the volume. You must have noticed that setting the date and time, setting the volume of the speaker, these all are available in the notification area of the taskbar. What you have to do, you have to click on the volume icon. One bar will be in front of you. By sliding the bar, you can increase or decrease the volume of your speaker. See, this type of bar. By sliding this bar, you can increase or decrease the volume level of your screen. This is the process to change the volume. Now, many other options are also given. You can go through it. You can mute the speakers like this. You can do some other options. Now, use of shortcut menu. Okay, let's see. When you right click, what is shortcut menu? When you right click over any icon, one pop-up menu will come in front of you. That menu is known as shortcut menu. Again I repeat, when you right click over any icon, you will get one shortcut menu, one pop-up menu which is known as shortcut menu, and this shortcut menu is also known as context menu. So context menu or shortcut menu, both are same. Shortcut menu is also known as context menu. Similarly, context menu is also known as shortcut menu. When you right click on any icon, a pop-up menu appears which is called context menu. Okay, using this pop-up menu, you can save your time to access commands. Okay, right clicking on the different areas and objects will display different sets of commands. Okay, the context menu is also called the shortcut menu. Just now we have discussed this. Now right clicking on the blank area of the desktop. If you right click on the blank area of the desktop, okay, you can see many options. Personalized options already we have seen. Okay, gadgets already you have used in your previous classes. You can change the desktop background. You can change the screensaver. All these things you have already done in your previous classes. So these are the options available when you right click on the blank area of the desktop. Now use of shortcut menu. Right clicking on an object. Now see, when you right click on icon, you will find entirely different menu. The properties option will be found at the bottom of the list. So these are the options. Now let's see the recap of the chapter. Windows is a GUI operating system that has a graphical environment consisting of various icons and buttons. An operating system is an interface between the hardware and the user. The most popular version of Windows are Windows 98, Windows 2000, Windows ME, Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8 and Windows 10. The taskbar of Windows 7 is more flexible and application oriented unlike the previous version of Windows. Jump list, a new feature in Windows 7, takes you straight to the documents, pictures or songs or websites you have recently visited. The taskbar is a long horizontal bar present at the bottom of the screen. Icons are small pictures that represent files, folders and programs. Windows 7 is quite flexible and provides options to change the setting of desktop according to your choice. When you right click on any icon, a pop-up menu appears which is called context menu or shortcut menu. So children, these are the recaps of your entire chapter. I hope you have understood. If any problem, please write in the comment section. I will try to sort it out. So thank you for watching. You will get some assignments related to this chapter one after one. So thank you till next video. Goodbye.